But I know women, y'all are sensitive, and if you tell your homegirl that she looks like a fucking bison in a dress, she's not gonna be too happy.
Ah, my boy.
What's good with you, man?
Yeah,
Good?
not much, man.
Yeah, all right?
Same old, man. Been busy,
Yeah,
tired, very tired.
I hear you.
I mean, so you don't be on social media too much, but I posted some on my story where I kind of it was a video talking about how clients expect like videographers, photographers is just one click of a button for them to be done with whatever they're working on for them. And it's like,
Because they be seeing the people in the studio do that, but what they don't realize is it's not like usually all video. It's mostly like the audio part, and they hit the button and it does all of the little thing. Like I saw him do it over at on when I was on Sneak This one time. I seen Greg do it, but I don't think it was video part though. I think it was just for the audio.
well, even then though, like I try to explain to people, like, for example, I'm editing the Strengths and Kicks right now, and I try to explain to people, like, bro, like, it's not just I can get it done in like a few days. Like, bro, like, I probably had to go through the audio like multiple times just to make sure everything's lined up correctly, make
Right.
sure, like, it sounds okay. Make sure, heck, I really had to sit down and learn how to color grade properly. Like, that's probably the hardest part. Like, I tell people all the time, like, that's probably the hardest part of all this is when you're really first learning how to do that properly. And it's like some of these videos, like, keep in mind, I used an iPhone as one of the cameras during that film session. The iPhone, it's great, but you have to work around certain things versus this camera we're recording on right now. That's literally set up to film like practically anything in any setting. So I don't have to worry about that. Plus I've done it so much. But I posted that because I was actually having a good discussion with Randall about it, which shout out to him. And we were just talking, and it's like I tell him all the time, yes, I don't really try to like do stuff for people, sell my video services. Certain homies, like, yeah, I'll definitely do videos for them, but it's like, I don't like to do it for a lot of people because like this side of it, like the editing side, just people aren't going to understand it. And it's very frustrating.
Right.
So, I tell them, like, that's why I go to bat for any videographer / photographer that does it, because I like, now that I'm in the space, I understand what they go through in that aspect. But,
yeah. I mean, I've seen people do it before, like watched them.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it usually takes, like when I used to hang out with this dude in was it Ohio? No, it was in Virginia. He used to shoot videos for his boys, like do car videos. And I mean, it used to take him it would take him sometimes like 2 weeks to edit a video for it to be perfect, like, or perfect for him, like the way he wanted it.
And the worst part is you're always your own worst critic.
Oh man, that dude would have one and he'd show it to me and be like, "What you think about this?" And I'd be like, "Oh, that shit's fire." Nah, it's not, something ain't right. And I'm
exactly.
like, what's wrong with it?
Find
like,
something wrong.
He would literally pick out like shit that I didn't even notice.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like
even
dude,
now,
like,
I'm going through it. Like I told you, there's a potential job I'm trying to get, and the girl that does it now, I just explained to her in short, like, to be fair, it's not the fact that she's like bad, because like since I've known her, she actually has improved. But it's just I had to explain to her to get to the level I'm at now. Keep in mind, I'm not even that good compared to most people. It takes years. Like, you have to go through those trials.
Shit, you've been doing this since I've known you.
Roughly since like 2019.
Yeah, I'll say because we met in, what was it, like, what, 2021?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm
crazy, right?
Right.
But I mean, so just been busy with that, having to talk with a lot of people, getting ready to get back on another podcast that I'm also on / help on. I still gotta work on the solo one that we talked about a little bit. So yeah, just been busy, but why do you think I tell you all the time? Put yourself in my shoes for a day, you would truly think I was crazy.
Yeah.
But I can say that about anybody else too.
Yeah.
We all got stuff going on, but yeah, other than that,
Speaking of that, though, with
what's
your
up?
solo shit,
Yeah.
oh man, we gonna have to jump into this, man. I think I'm gonna have to do that video I was talking to you
Oh
about.
yeah. So go into detail. So what happened?
So I'm watching, I'm doing the usual homework,
Mm-hmm.
scrolling through the YouTubes, and this video pops up about I can't remember the name of the people who did it, but it was because I saw like it was a few different people that I watched their videos,
Mm-hmm.
and they did a synopsis on signature shoes for a specific person,
Okay.
and I saw like 3 of them for I'm a big Allen Iverson guy,
Mm-hmm.
apparently.
I know,
So
right? You sure? You
yeah,
sure?
yeah, yeah.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking. Just
So
checking.
I'm watching these videos and I'm like, bro, what in the actual fuck is going on here? I mean, the information was wrong. Like the shoe collection that they had in the
Was weak.
background was like, it was all shit that came out within the last like 2
Oh,
years.
so it was weak.
And I'm just like, bro, like it's one shoe.
So you want to name drop or you want to keep that to yourself?
I don't remember what his name is.
Just asking.
If I remembered the name, I would say it. I'm just like, bro, I got you, son. I got you. Like I will help you. I will make one.
When you initially told me about this, like my first thought was, this is arguably a number one problem I have with people that do videos. And heck, even I still have to get better at it myself at times. If you're going to talk about something, you need to at least be factual when 95% of the information you're spewing.
Yes.
It should be more than that, but
it's
again,
factual.
we're not perfect.
Factual, and on top of being factual, like you need to know the history. Not just saying, okay, yeah, I got this shoe. This motherfucker is red. And
Okay.
the shoe is red.
I'm
like,
done.
Okay, yeah, no. Like you I mean it like, okay, prime example. We had one of the guys bought up this particular shoe here, which is the prototype. This is what the question looked like, only hexalite on one side. This is what the shoe looked like before. As you can tell, there's no Allen Iverson, nothing. It's just all Reebok. This is what it was before it was his. So he says that, oh yeah, they bought out the prototype question in 2022. Nigga, no. And then there was another guy that said the same thing. It's like, yeah, they bought out the prototype question. I think he said they bought it out in 2021 or 2020. And I'm like, both of y'all are incorrect.
The crazy part is, like, I'm not a big question guy. I actually really like these. Like, I'm like, something about it just like it's calling to me in a sense.
I was like,
oh, it's cool though. I like it.
It's like if you have questions, if you own Reebok questions, like you gotta have that one. Like that's the predecessor, man. It's like you gotta have it.
I like it.
And I mean, as you can tell, I mean, there's a couple over there, and
yeah,
a bunch of them here.
And just so y'all know, like he's literally ran me through like pause. Excuse me.
Pause.
My bad. The new one. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
He showed me a lot of the questions. Crazy enough too, like I've never been big into them, but it definitely is cool to just see the history of them.
Like these here. This is all obviously this is iconic. You know, suede toe. This is the 10th anniversary pair.
That's crazy.
These things are. I think they came out in what, '06. I think I've worn them like once, twice maybe. But I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna wear them anymore though. I think I'm gonna keep these on ice from now on. Because I got the retro suede too. It came out in 2020, so I was just like, this is a the special box and all of this is like this is a collector shoe now. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know if we will ever see this again.
Yeah,
especially with the real actual working Hexalite, we will never see this again.
Hey, well, you better just wear them in the house once in a while, just to keep them compressed and all that.
Oh no, I've walked around in here with them on, like once or twice, but I mean, I haven't like actually worn them outside in a long time. I think the last time I wore them outside was probably in like 2014 maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. I try to keep it clean. But yeah, I mean, y'all want to talk about, well, obviously all of y'all know about the question. Everybody knows about the Reebok questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want to get technical with some shit, I mean, we can pull out some shit from his Denver years, maybe. I mean, I got some of that in here too.
No, yeah, we know.
So, I mean,
if you can't tell, we know.
It's just like we could do that. Now, in the last episode, I pulled out that Detroit Piston pair, that's the only Detroit Piston shoe that I got, is that one. But like these right here, the Answer 11s. This was probably my favorite shoe that he had in Denver. Well, obviously the Answer 12, the one, the Detroit pair that I got. I have the Denver Nuggets colorway of that too. It's over there, and but these were dope when they came out because it was different. It was like they were called the Immortals or something like that. And I mean, it was a fire shoe in 2007. I mean, I don't know too much about now if you would say that it's fire, but I mean, it's different. But yeah, these were hitting. Like this colorway in particular was pretty tough to like get a hold of. You didn't really see it too much. But this one here was the one, like these were pretty common. Like you saw this colorway a lot. Like everybody had this one. Like this one here was the more common of the two. Which I mean, obviously, because it's blue and white. That was in their powder blue jersey era. So these were the more common of the two. But I have the jersey that matches this one too.
Oh yeah, you showed it.
Yeah, so I'm like that was the whole purpose really for me, because this is 2007. This is jersey era. So it's like if you rocking a jersey and you ain't got the shoes to go with it, then you can't wear it. And I mean, I'm an old head. I still believe that. Like, you won't ever catch me out here wearing a Jordan jersey with a pair of Kobe's on. And yes, living out here in Phoenix, I see it all the fucking time, and that shit weirds me the fuck out, and I hate it. I can't. It's just one of those weird, like, what do you call it? I guess like a pet peeve.
No, I feel that.
It's just weird to me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, it's understandable.
It's just like, why, if you got a Jordan jersey on, why do you not have Jordan shoes? Like, everybody has a pair of Jordans. Like, that should be kind of commonplace right now.
It's definitely an understandable one. I think really, it's so tough. Like we always talk about, it's a generational difference between them. It's like, I get it to some degree. Like, if you're wearing like a Kyrie Irving jersey and, before he went to Anta,
if you got on Nike Kyrie's, fine. I get it. That's cool.
Well, no, I'm saying more so if you're wearing like a Kyrie Irving jersey and you got KD's on, like,
yeah,
I'm like,
blown.
Okay.
Blown.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't believe in that wearing a jersey of a player and not having the shoes. You gotta have the
No,
shoes if
that's
you got
fair.
the jersey.
That's fair.
I mean, if you're gonna wear I mean, I've seen people wear like some regular non-signature shoes with jerseys. Like you'll see a cat with a
Yeah, like
jersey
I'm
on with
cool with
like a
that.
dunk or something. Okay, fine.
Yeah, like if it's like an opposite shoe, like okay, that's a different story. But like if you're wearing like a Kobe with a LeBron jersey, like what are
Oh,
you doing?
you see it all the time, and I'm just
Like
like,
it's
what are you
weird.
doing?
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I say I understand to some degree within this time. I just really don't care. Oh, I meant to bring this up to you.
But yeah, sneak peek. This was a little
Oh
sneak
yeah,
peek. I'm
but
gonna do a whole video where I'm gonna have all of this shit out so all of y'all can see it, and I'm gonna talk about what it is, where it's from, the whole shit. We gonna do it right. We're not gonna talk about no, this is a shoe that came out in 2009, and I'm gonna tell y'all it came out in 2016. Like we ain't gonna be doing none of that.
yeah.
So,
So
but I'll keep y'all posted when it's gonna come out.
I meant to bring this up to you. So GotSole is coming to Phoenix.
Yeah.
In May.
Mm-hmm. Well, they canceled the one in April.
Yeah.
The NCAA thing was like, nah, bro, we got priority. So yeah, it ain't.
So if I'm not mistaken, this will be the first time GotSole comes out here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So initial thoughts.
I'm interested to see how it's gonna be.
Yeah, because I've heard they're way better than SneakerCon. I've heard that from millions of people.
Yeah. It is. I remember SneakerCon used to be, the shit.
Yeah.
And back on the East Coast, we used to go to SneakerCon. They used to have like 3 of them a year.
Yeah.
And it came out here for the first time. I want to say it was in 2017. Because it was like not too long after I moved here when it came out, or it came here for the first time. I think it was in 2017, and it was, it was real small. Like it was not too many. I guess not too many people was hip to it or didn't know.
Yeah.
So it's like it wasn't really that big. But even still, all of the shows after that were out there, they still weren't like. It wasn't like it was on the East Coast. It was nowhere near as big. Nowhere near as many people, nowhere near as much like stuff there to get. Like it's different. And I mean, it's gotten smaller every year. It feels like it just doesn't.
From what I heard people talking about from last year's SneakerCon, like that one easily had to be the worst one because it's like they said like folks were literally just walking around like holding up shoes and not even trying to sell them.
What do you mean?
Like said, like them cats that you'll see just like holding up the shoes, just trying to get a quick deal. Like they just be holding up the shoes, walking around. Somebody be like, "Yo, how much?" And he's like, "Oh, nah, man, like, these ain't for sale. But why are you doing it?
Right? What are you doing it?
Like, what are you doing?
Showing it off?
Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
So my only thing with GotSole, I really want to see them get involved with the people out here in sneaker culture. Like that's the one thing I really want to see.
I mean, I've always kind of thought that was what you do.
Exactly. But
it's like if you're gonna have an event in a city, it's just like you should tap in and see what's going on in the city, with the people that's there.
Exactly.
I mean, we do that as normal motherfuckers and we ain't starting no events. But if we go to a city and we there for a certain thing, we gonna tap in.
Exactly.
I'd go to a place anywhere really.
Yeah.
I go in a sneaker store.
I want to see
talking to people like, yeah. So what's popping around here? Like what's your biggest selling shoe? Like,
because it's like I get it. You gotta bring like certain influencers and like athletes to kind of like build the hype. I get that, but it's like, bro, to be fair, like I'm not there for them. That's my thought behind it.
Yeah.
Like
in most cases.
Yeah, like I'm going there to see my homies, see what people are selling. I might buy something. I'm more so there to like mingle a little bit.
Yeah, I just go to network. I don't
Exactly.
be in there, for no clout shit. Like
Yeah,
I just
but
go just to network with people.
I would just say get involved with the actual people out here because it's like I feel like Arizona is very slept on when it comes to sneaker culture.
Man, Arizona is slept on when it comes to everything. Like moving out here, I understand why.
Yeah.
Being from a place where the city is pretty big and living in a lot of big cities. When you come here, it's very, very. I mean, it's picked up its pace now. I would say in the last, I'd say probably in the last like 2 or 3 years, like it's picked up its pace quite a bit. But when I got here in 2016, it was really slow compared to back home. I mean, it was just slow. I mean, everything was real laid back. That everything was 10 years before. You're seeing cars driving around still looking like Fast and the Furious era shit. And I'm just like, what? They still do
Yeah.
that out here? I'm like, what
Yeah.
is going on?
I could definitely feel you there.
Chrome tail lights, body kits, shopping cart wings, the whole nine. I'm just like,
Yeah.
damn, I ain't seen a car done up
And
like
then
that in
definitely
forever.
with the fashion too. Like
The fashion
we're
was
always
big.
behind.
I'm like, it was big, man. That was a big one for me. I got here and I'm like, people here dress abstract as fuck. I mean, I'll never forget this. I go to the mall. My first got here. This is my first time in the mall, right? Dudes got on black and red Jordan 1s, or the breads for y'all new niggas that y'all call it breads now. Uh, he had on some yellow shorts, a green shirt, and a blue hat with black and red fucking shoes on. My OCD went insane. I was like, I can't. Like, I had to walk out of the store because I was about to say something. I was going to be like, yo, what the fuck? It's like, you look like a circus tent right now. Like, what are you doing? But
Nah, I do feel you with the fashion thing because we're doing top 10 hot takes. Believe me, there's so we'll save that for later. But trust me, when it comes to fashion, and shout out to Pop. We had a great discussion about this on Drinks and Kicks.
mm,
Shout out to all of them actually. Linda, Pablo, Pop. But it's so crazy with fashion because everybody's always gonna have something to say, and it's like, to be fair, I brought up a point. I brought up this point to where it was like we all hate something in fashion. We all do. I
yes,
think
but
there's
there's a line.
exactly there's a line that I cross in terms of giving my opinion.
I mean, yeah, but only within reason.
Exactly.
I'm not going to come up and talk shit about something if it's like,
Maybe it's just not for me.
yeah, if it's just something that's not for me, but it's not crazy,
I
then
will
I'm
say
not going to
this
say
though,
nothing about it.
my only one that I can't stand, and Tim gonna hate me. I ain't gonna watch it, but I told him this. I can't stand these fashion niggas that think just because they put on that orange beanie, they are the ultimate fashion nigga.
Chill.
Look, man,
Yo,
you got an orange beanie?
hell no.
Hey, look, I'm just asking, dog.
For what?
I'm just
The talking
asking.
about the Carhartt shit?
No, just the orange fisherman beanie.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Like, bro, like I swear, every nigga I've ever met with that thinks they are the greatest fashion nigga of all time.
I mean, I just don't like, see, for me, fashion is like you said,
It's a broad
it's
thing.
subjective.
Yeah,
You like, certain
you like
things
what you like.
but sometimes some shit just don't need to go together.
Yes.
Like, dude wearing that outfit, you should not be wearing that many colors.
It's crazy.
I'm like, come on, dog.
It's
like,
menace. Like,
it's like you did that on purpose. It's like, what did you just wake up one day and say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go out looking like a bag of Skittles today? It's just like, why would you do that? But hey, man, I can't.
You know,
I cannot.
It's crazy too because like me, I wouldn't say I'm the best fashion person in the world. I think I definitely do good. But it tripped me out because one of my homegirls was like, I think you could be somebody's stylist. I'm like, I don't know about all that, but thank you.
Well, it's a difference between like high fashion and like streetwear fashion. It's very
yeah.
different. Like me, when it comes to streetwear fashion, that's like my lane. I stick to that. Now, can I do the high fashion thing? Yeah, I got suits and shit, but at the same time, that's not something that I'm gonna be walking around in every day. For one, I live in fucking Arizona. It's 115 fucking degrees outside in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not wearing a suit every day.
Oh, unless you get a linen
unless I'm
suit.
indoors.
Or unless you get a linen suit.
That's still too much. You got the jacket on, the pants, the shirt, the undershirt. I'm like, dude, it's too hot for all of that. Now, during the winter months, like, okay, that's like right now, we're clinging on to life. You understand what it's like in Phoenix. We are clinging on to life right now because the furnace is about to get turned on and nobody is going to want to go outside.
Hey.
Well, not yet. We'll get there. I mean, the furnace comes on in the summer, just like anywhere else. But here, it's like a different level of. It's like fuck you heat, Like I got a pool outside in my backyard. I don't like getting in my pool in the summertime because it's that hot outside.
Yeah, well,
it's to me. I don't understand. What am I getting there and fucking cook? The water's 100 degrees. I'm just like, no. I'm sitting in the air conditioning. I'm not going outside because the back of my house faces the east. So the sun is basically in my pool the entire day. So when I get in the pool in the afternoon, the water's 100 degrees. I'm like, why do I want to get in 100-degree water?
It's like, oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like, Lord. Like, it's like the water is hot outside.
Bro, I just look at it like this, Yes, I may not be the best fashion person in the world, but, I'm going to have that edge on. That's all I know.
You gonna do what?
I'm going to have that edge on. Hey, look, I told niggas, like, hey, we can fit battle anytime.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm like, on here trying to.
But of course, we be clowning each other all the time.
Yeah, but it's like, but I mean, when I go out, I mean, obviously you see, he likes to give me shit because, like, I like my clothes to match. Like,
right.
That's.
But here's the thing, though. I'm fine with matching. It's just the fact of, like, and I'm not saying you do this. I'll say, like, I'll see a cat, like, he'll have this color on your shirt on the entire fit. I'm like, bro, chill. Like,
I keep it simple, man.
Like this is coordination, but it's like if you had this color on the pants with the I'm like, bro,
yeah,
hang on. Like,
that is over. I've seen that.
Like that's overkill.
That's overkill. Like me, I'm simple. I keep it simple. Neutral color pants. As long as my shirt and my shoes and the hat go together.
Speaking of,
I'm good.
Have you ever seen the video going around them girls telling that dude at Whataburger that he didn't look fly? That older black dude. Bro. So he basically had on a white and blue polo with some blue jeans and some blue New Balances that matched the shirt. And they tried to tell me he didn't look fly, but I'm like,
what's wrong with that?
Exactly. I'm like, everybody's confused because it's like, A, he's coordinated. He looks like a grown man.
Where was the video at?
It's been all over.
No, like where were they at?
I don't know. They were at a Whataburger. I just don't know which state. I would assume Texas.
I mean, they have Whataburgers on there. I mean,
yeah, like they are
scattered around.
Yeah, but just off the accents, I would assume Houston. I would assume.
No, they were country.
It kind of,
yeah,
but okay. Everybody was like tripping out because it's like, man, Unc got that on though. Like,
yeah, I mean,
and then I posted it.
I don't think it like. See, I like polo shirts.
Oh yeah,
but again, living in Satan's ass crack, you can't wear that out here in the summertime because real polo shirts are thick.
Here's what's funny though. I posted a tweet, about that one. I'm like, I don't get how they telling dude he don't look fly, but I guarantee half they daddies got on that same fit right now.
Like,
I'm
shit,
like,
I wear polo shirts with jeans.
I'm like, what are we talking about?
I mean, polo shirts is like I mean, I guess it's one of those. It's kind of one of those things with this new generation now because they weren't there. Like when I was like what in my early 20s, late teens, fresh into grown man world. That was like the thing. Like we all used to wear polo shirts. Like that was just kind of the style. Like you wear like jeans and a polo. Like that was it. And then you started seeing. Yes, I'm guilty of this, but you used to see like the niggas go out to like the club and shit, and they would wear a hat, like a fitted hat, with a polo and a blazer on over top of it with the collar outside. Yo, that shit used to go super hard back in 2007. That was hard. Now I wouldn't do that now, but I mean, back then that was cool.
I'll just say this, man. You can't tell me anything if you were out here wearing tall tees and you're my height. That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
and we know a nigga that was doing that.
They were doing it. Motherfucking t-shirt be down to your knees. It's like, bro, come on, dog. Like, I'm gonna need you to cut it out. It's like if you try to run, you gonna fall.
Hey, look. First off, they're in the club. Like, what are we doing? Like,
hey man, that was the era, man. You had that era of fucking what was it? Them Franchise Boys and DJ Unk and all of them niggas. Like that was it. Everybody was doing some kind of dance.
I know, right?
With the big ass t-shirts on
rock,
and shit.
We rock.
I mean, shit, them niggas made a song about a damn white t-shirt. And all of them had on like 5X t-shirts and they was about 100 pounds. I'm like, yo, chill. Again, I'm guilty. Well, see, all right. Hear me out though. See, first off, I'm over 6 foot. Second off, my shirts weren't tall tees. They were just big.
See, like, that's fine, but it's like once it starts getting like right here, like, bro, like, I mean, like just above the knee, your shirt.
That's too much.
Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
That was it, man. Like I used to wear like a 4X t-shirt. I was about 150 pounds.
Oh, and then going back to suits, I'm like, to be fair, I think styling a suit is the toughest for most people because, again, not a lot of people have to wear suits on a regular basis.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same. I dress in a suit just like I would dress with normal clothes. I coordinate, like I make sure, like, say, I got on a black suit.
Yeah.
Like I have a black suit on, and then you pick the color of the shirt. Then you make sure, I mean, since you got, fuck it, we'll say gray, a little bit different. So I got a gray suit on. Mm-hmm. Me, typically, when I wear a gray suit, I like to wear lighter colors, like as far as the shirt. So I may wear like a blue shirt or, something like that. Like, man, I guess I could get away with maybe red, but usually with gray, I like to wear blues.
Yeah.
So I'll have like a blue shirt, gray suit. And then my tie will have like some blue in it or, gray and blue or whatever. Like I try to coordinate the shirt and the tie with the rest of the suit. That same thing you do with your clothes.
Exactly.
Try to coordinate.
Now, let me ask you this. I think we can both agree as a grown man, you can't be wearing a clip-on tie.
Nah.
Okay.
You can't do that.
Now, here's the thing. Bow tie. I'm cool if it's a clip-on.
Yeah, a bow tie is different.
Because let's be real here. You're only going to wear a bow tie maybe once out of the entire year. Truthfully, if you have to.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah, if that.
So I'm fine with that. And if you're wondering if I can tie a bow tie, I've only done it one time.
I don't know how to tie a bow tie.
I'm pretty sure I can figure it out.
I don't even remember the last fucking time I wore a bow tie. It's been that long.
Oh, yeah.
Like, as far as a tie, yeah, I wear a tie fairly regularly, so I know how to do that. And the funny part about it is I had to learn on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
When I was like in my early 20s, because my dad's left-handed and I'm right-handed. So when he would try to show me,
oh yeah,
and I was like, this shit ain't
well,
right.
not like literally one of my former homies. He actually had to show me when we were kids because I didn't know how to tie a tie. I didn't have my dad around.
Yeah, see, my dad used to tie that. He would put the tie on him and he would tie it and then take it off and then give it to me and then I would put it on because he couldn't show me how to do it because it was
honestly though, even now, like I just leave my ties tied.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I do
too.
I only retie them like if it's a little off and it's like, oh, maybe I should
it's bothering me. Yeah. But I mean, he tried showing me, but it's like as a teenager,
but
backwards.
Oh yeah, the only thing I will not if you want to clip on tie as a grown man, like that's crazy. Oh, and also too,
it happen a lot.
Also too, my only other one. Why are you wearing like some of these cats out here? Why are you wearing ankle socks with dress shoes? That is craziness. Like, look, I don't even like true no-shows with dress shoes, but I'd much rather see that than ankle socks.
Tim do it.
No, he wears like true no-shows. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't like it myself, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I was like
I think it's weird, but at the same time, if you're doing that with loafers, okay, I understand. At least it's a cleaner look. But when you're wearing like ankle socks that stop like right here,
I don't know. I wear dress socks with a suit. My shit be like up here.
Hey, look, understandable. That's what I do too.
Yeah, I wear dress socks. I don't wear. The only time I wear ankle socks is if I got on sneakers. Like,
I can't wear like anything other than long dress socks with dress shoes. It's weird to me.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable because it's like that.
I don't like it rubbing around my ankle.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah,
like I hate that.
I don't like that shit.
I don't know.
But I mean, Tim's different though. Tim, shout out to Farrakhan. He's a different type of fashion nigga. He's one of these like he wears like that old like that old man look, but in current day.
Yeah.
He wears like the high water pants with the loafers and the pea coat with the crackhead beanie, and I'm just like, yo, like, come on, dog.
Oh, what'd you say? You be wearing the cotton candy suit?
Yeah, they be wearing the cotton candy colored outfits and shit. I'm like, come on, man.
Hey, man, I'll give him his credit, man. He does very well, but
he can pull it off.
Oh yeah, but I tell all the time, still scared to fit battle me though.
I like to mess with him. I call him the Black Calvin Candy. any of y'all that seen Django, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like Farrakhan is the Black Calvin Candy.
Oh my god! Hey, look, I give him his props.
And he's from Louisiana too, so yeah, he the Black Calvin Candy.
Yeah.
But I give him his props too, though. I mean, he when he get dressed up, he get dressed up.
Like,
he got some pretty cool suits I've seen, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I would wear that.
Yeah.
Like that that's all right. I like that.
I think really though, it's tough for me though because like I always tell y'all, I have to wear a suit once every week. So it's like suits, I really don't like. It's going to sound crazy. I don't consider them fit. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't.
But it's only because I'm so used to wearing one. It's just like a regular thing.
Yeah, a suit is a suit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not anything flashy about wearing a suit. To me, I mean, it's when you've been wearing them, it's not really anything flashy to wear a suit. But I mean, if you got suits like Farrakhan, then yeah, it is because that nigga go outside and you see him down the block. It's just like, bro, like, come on.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he got a suit that I did like it's like black and red.
Yeah,
and like it's got like the stripes.
Oh
the red stripes on it, all black. And I was like, that's a fire ass.
Oh
suit.
Yeah.
I just don't like the high waters. If I could get the pants normal,
but it makes sense for you. You're taller than us.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, other than the high water pants thing, like that suit was fire. I did like that. So I mean, I give Tim his props. He got some interesting fashion choices when it comes to
Oh yeah,
suits. But
100%.
he pulls it off though.
100%.
You give it to him.
Still waiting on that fit battle.
But he the drip god.
For one, I don't call any other grown man God, so that's blasphemous, and also no Diddy.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's the drip man.
That's what he called himself, the drip god, not me. That was his word.
I know, but he's the drip man.
I would be interested to see a fit battle.
Hey, look, hey. The challenge has been offered. Ball's in his court.
Pause.
No Diddy.
So you've been keeping up with the league?
Yeah, I've been trying to.
No, Dallas looking good.
Hey, look, first off, Ramadan Kyrie.
Bro, I was just about to say, like, my God, what is Kyrie on, man?
Hey, look, man, I'm channeling them powers, man.
The left-handed hook shot for the game.
Man.
Not that fucking lob from Luka. I was like, yo, Kyrie can jump like that.
Exactly. Like I was talking about it with Wilson and his brother because I was asking them how Ramadan was going, and we got on Sunday like, man, Ramadan Kyrie, bro.
Ramadan Kyrie is on some shit.
Like, oh my God.
I mean, I knew Kyrie could dunk because I mean he was doing it in Brooklyn, but he won't doing no shit like that.
Exactly.
I mean, he was like, he got up. I ain't never seen Kyrie catch a lob like that.
Exactly.
I was like, yo, chill, Kyrie. Like, what we doing?
Turn up this ISO bit. Okay. Yeah. Couldn't even see myself. I know.
Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie, man.
But of course, Luka doing Luka things.
I will say it's definitely interesting going into getting ready for playoffs.
I would just say Dallas got a spot now.
Yeah,
they're like number 6 right now. So
I will say that my Clippers, they needed them back-to-backs against Portland. Oh, James Harden, when he contested Kawhi's. Like, people were asking me about it. I'm like, honestly, I couldn't do anything but just laugh because it's like, it was just funny. I'm like, he passed the ball and then went straight. I'm like,
what was he doing? I was confused. I was like, what is he doing?
Now, imagine if Kawhi would have made it. Like,
been like, I don't know, James Harden. He's
a character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean overall though, I've been liking basketball lately a lot.
Clippers doing well though.
Trying. They got to step it up though.
Yeah, they've been kind of.
We've been losing games we should not be losing.
Yeah, they've been cooling off a little bit, but I mean the first half of the season, they were on fire.
Russell Westbrook is actually set to return here shortly, so that'll help out.
That's definitely.
Which I was kind of shocked with how quick it was too. I mean, I get it's a fracture, so clean break, but still. I
mean, it don't take, but usually about a clean break is like usually about 4 weeks.
True.
It's not that long.
True. But we'll see. So the topic you really wanted to talk about this, I'm done with the 80s and the 90s. So hang on, before you go, let me just say this. Keep in mind, I grew up with the early 2000s to this era now, so that's kind of all I know.
Right.
So, to some degree, I understand how some of these cats feel. But I say this, if you gonna say you don't like this from the 80s and the 90s, at least don't be super selective with clips that you use as examples. You're not telling the whole story.
I mean, these niggas cherry picking clips. I'm like, I can go cherry pick clip. You know what? Fuck it. We'll put it out there. You want to say you done with it? I can say I'm done with today's NBA. All I got to do is just go find a Jordan Poole reel of this season.
Hey man, don't piss off his biggest fan.
Fuck out of here, nigga. But yeah, but nah, real talk. Like, if you want to cherry pick clips, you could go and look up anything from Jordan Poole this season and be like, what is this bullshit? You know?
Well, even then too,
You can find that in any era.
I had to explain to some kids, like they want to talk about, oh man, they was airballing like crazy back then. I'm like, y'all do realize when Braun first got in the league, he could not shoot very well.
Not from 3 anyway.
That nigga was airballing a lot. So I'm like, what are we talking about?
Shit, Kobe shot 4 in a row.
Exactly.
His rookie year. So I'm like, fuck, they've been doing it.
Exactly.
You know, superstar players.
But my only thing why I kind of get tired of it with old heads is stop glazing the 80s and the 90s era so much. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, they think it's the prime end all be all, but I'm like, bro, to be fair, like half of these cats only say they don't like this era because they're so used to seeing a nigga get clothesline driving to the hood.
Me growing up in the 90s, yes, I am old for everyone out there.
Yeah, I mean, hence the old head, the somewhat youngin.
I mean, I was born in 86. So, you know, I grew up.
This way.
Right. God damn. But yeah, I grew up in the 90s. I started watching basketball, Jordan's first championship season. I was like 5. That was when that season was my first season actually watching basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I watched the whole 90s. And to me, still, I think the best decade of basketball was the 2000s. To me, that was the best decade. Fair.
I mean, you can still hand check for one.
You could for half of it.
Yeah.
You could still hand check. The amount of killers in the league.
Oh yeah.
You know, not prima donnas, but like actual killers.
Oh
that, want to play. You know, they still wanted to play basketball. Like this, not this. Man, my nose is running. I think I'm gonna need about 4 games off. Like it won't none of that shit. You know, and then they talk about you know, the saying done with the 90s and the skill. Like they talk about the skill, and I'm like, when it comes to 90s basketball, I don't really know too much about the 80s, obviously, because I never watched it. But with the 90s to now, skill level wise, I will say that if you're talking like superstar players, I mean, there really isn't a huge difference in talent. But if you're looking at everyone else, you know, like the 7th, 8th, 9th man on the bench type shit, the level of talent now in that area is definitely better than it was in the 90s, for sure. Like in the 90s, you may have a handful of teams that had more than 6 good players on it. Like now you might have the average team has like 10 guys on it that are pretty good, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I'd say that the talent in that aspect now is better. But I mean, we talking superstars in the 90s versus now. I mean, pick your fucking poison. We'll start at that point. What point guard in today's league would be able to guard Penny Hardaway one-on-one? Prime Penny.
Realistically, the only one I give a shot to is Drew. That's the only one I could really make a case for.
Possibly.
But it'd still be tough for him.
I mean, we talking Prime Penny.
Exactly.
6'7", shoot from anywhere, super athletic, dunking on niggas all the time.
Exactly.
Like
that's all I say. It'd be tough.
Niggas in this league right now.
But also too, it's like, you know, how we just discussed on the last episode, you know, what guys could actually now play back then. Now, of course, we got to get over this whole, the rules were different, because let's be real here. A players' greatest strength is being able to adapt to any situation they're put in.
Superstar players, like legitimate superstar
Yes,
players,
they can easily
play
translate.
in any era.
Exactly.
They can transcend. I mean, you could put Kevin Durant on the basketball court in the 90s and he would still be Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
He would learn, I mean, obviously
he'd have to bulk up a little bit.
Yeah, he would obviously learn how to take contact a little better.
LeBron James, no question.
LeBron James will be LeBron James
exactly
in the 90s.
Jimmy Butler would easily be Jimmy Butler because he's got the mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyrie. Do we need to say any more? That we already said it last episode.
Kyrie. I mean, Allen Iverson.
Luka.
You can put him now or then.
Exactly.
Luka would put now or
Embiid, Joker.
Anthony Edwards.
Oh yeah.
Shea
Gilgeous. Honestly, Anthony Edwards just looks like a modern day Jordan.
Anthony Edwards is that dude.
Oh yeah.
He's like my favorite young player in the league to watch right now.
100%.
He is box office, as Stephen A. Smith would say. He's legit. Like he's one of those players that would definitely translate. Like you could put him in the 90s or 2000s.
Steph will be Steph.
Steph Curry, yeah.
Let's be real here. I think Klay Thompson before the injuries could do okay.
Yeah. Klay before Klay got hurt, when Klay was in his prime, like Klay would be fine
I'm trying to think of who else. Giannis would be Giannis.
Oh, yeah, Giannis, yeah.
Who else? Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Russell Westbrook, yeah. Ja Morant, he would probably be good still back then.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's so many. Jason Tatum.
Oh, yeah, Tatum. Jaylen Brown.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would be cool.
I think realistically, though, the only one that would kind of struggle a little bit, because I need to see more from him. Plus, he's still young. Tyrese.
Maxey? Or
Halliburton.
Halliburton would be fine.
You think so?
There weren't too many tall point guards.
You know what? That is actually a good point. That is a good point.
Fine. Yeah.
I think Tyrese Maxey could do okay.
Yeah, he's got the speed.
Yeah. There is so many, honestly, that it's like.
So we're talking. We bringing up a lot now about guys that would be good back then. What about back then? Now,
I would say there's more back then now because, like you said last episode, you can't touch anybody now.
Yeah.
So it's like there's more of them back then that could be okay now because, again, you can't touch anybody.
I mean,
like that's a foul nowadays.
Yeah, you look at a nigga wrong. It's a technical. Like, what the fuck? Like,
exactly. I can look at you. I just blank face.
Right.
Like.
I mean, now I'd say obviously Shaq.
Oh, no question. Kobe. AI. But of course, the one thing that has kind of struggling a little bit, AI admitting he couldn't go left.
We all knew he couldn't.
Exactly, but it's just so funny because people use that, but I'm like, Jaylen Brown can't go left either.
No, I was about to say, I'm like, a lot of people talk about that. Oh, like the whole Michael Jordan didn't have a left hand thing, and it's just like, have y'all ever seen Michael Jordan play?
Exactly. Hey, remember when Larry Bird straight up said, "Told a nigga,
my left hand the whole game." Right, but players back then didn't have.
Bird's another one that could survive.
Oh yeah,
Magic.
Larry Bird and Magic Johnson.
Well, Magic before the AIDS.
Hell, Magic after the AIDS.
Oh nah, because niggas be scared to touch.
Nah, not nowadays. I mean, nowadays it's more accepted than it was back then.
Fair
like, because we know more about it now.
Yeah.
Back then, it was still kind of like a relative unknown thing.
Really, we know we got the cure.
That nigga got the cure. That motherfucker ain't got AIDS, HIV no more. That shit is that shit's gone. Like he's too healthy at this age. Bro, it's just like, nah, bro. Like you.
Who else? Reggie Miller would be okay.
Yeah, Reggie Miller. Charles Barkley.
Yeah. Honestly, Charles Barkley would be even better now.
Oh fuck yeah, he would. Charles Barkley would be out here running people over.
Exactly.
He would basically be like Zion right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Charles Barkley was the Zion of the 90s.
John Stockton would be perfectly fine. Heck, he actually might score more in this era.
Yeah, him and Steve Nash.
Well, I mean, Steve Nash kind of played in the newer era, towards the later years. When it was switching, I mean.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, so I mean, he's going to eat even more now.
But I think now
Karl Malone would be fine.
Malone.
Pretty much anybody that was on that dream team would be perfectly fine.
Yeah, David Robinson.
Yep.
Who else was on that team? Scotty.
Yep, Scotty would lock niggas up now.
Scotty would be the Swiss Army knife even today. Like he would still do his thing. Dennis Rodman would still be good today.
Exactly. Well, actually, I think he'd only struggle in a sense of
he can't shoot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And nowadays you have to know how to shoot.
Yeah,
a little bit.
That's one thing that I will say is different about today's league. It was not so much a big thing.
You could get away with not
being able to shoot.
But you had to do something just as well.
Yeah, like we were talking about Rod Strickland. Like Rod Strickland couldn't shoot that well, but nobody could stop him from getting to the hoop.
Oh yeah,
he'd get to the cup whenever he wanted. I mean, if you had that type of skill, then you didn't really have to be able to shoot the ball. But I mean, 3-point shots weren't a big part of the game.
Yeah. Also, my big question is, we have this discussion. Every hoop fan has this question. How could this modern day game improve? And I said defense versus offense is, offense being 80%, defense being 20%. If you got it to a 60% offense and 40% defense, I think it improves so much.
Yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, nowadays, when you watch basketball, sometimes, I won't say every game, but sometimes it feels like regular season games are like watching an all-star game.
Yeah.
There's like no defense. Everyone's just run and gun, dunk here, dunk there, shoot a half-court shot over here.
I wouldn't even say it's sometimes. It's often, majority of the time, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot.
Because it's like, let's be real. Like, yes, some defense is being played, but I mean, it's really only blocks here and there if they're not getting called. And niggas really just playing the passing lanes.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see people like actually trying to reach in and get the ball.
On-ball defense is not a thing.
Exactly.
But I mean, that goes back to what you said earlier when we were talking about on the last episode is you can't fucking touch nobody.
Exactly.
So it's like if you're playing on-ball defense, like on-ball defense is physical. And I mean, if you breathe on somebody, it's a foul. So just like, well, you can't.
And also, too, another thing I have a problem with is these refs, bro.
What do you mean?
For one, they protect certain guys. I'm getting super tired of that.
They always did that.
Yeah, but that's got to stop.
Look at the Sacramento series against the Lakers in 2002.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
They got fucked out of that one.
That's got to stop. Like, I'm sorry. I'm tired of it. And two, refs need to start getting fined if they make horrible calls.
That would be interesting.
It's like, I don't really keep them in check. Like, I'm risking a paycheck if I do this.
Because they make some fucked calls sometimes.
Like, for one, March Madness right now. Please tell me you heard about how I think it was Sanford got hoed out of that game against who was it? One of the higher seeds. I cannot remember. But
I heard about it.
Dude was going for a chase down block. Literally. They played it back multiple times. It was all ball. Like, problem is they called it a foul because the dude that was going up for the dunk went like that when it got blocked.
Yeah. See, that's why you need real ones like Hillbilly Kobe. Did you see that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Williams, fucking, I mean, like nuts all over.
Oh, Jalen Johnson. Yeah. Bro.
I was like, yo, Jill. He got teabagged in the game, bruh. And that was like the first play of the game.
Bro, like,
I'm like, damn.
at that point, I'm like, Coach, take me out. I'm just gonna go home.
He took it like a man.
Oh yeah, you got
to.
to.
Pause.
No Diddy.
I'm like, yeah. I mean, yeah. The man took nuts on his forehead like a G. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hey, now let me ask you, who got done worse, him or John Collins?
I mean, John Collins got knocked the fuck out.
Exactly.
How you get dunked on and knocked the fuck out at the same time?
Especially by a nigga that's smaller than you. Like, right, that's just crazy.
Did you see Ant's reaction
to it
when they were talking to him at the end of the game? He was just like, ooh. I was just like, yeah. He's like, that might be the best one of my career.
He's so like, far. Man, I dislocated my finger on that. Right. Like, I banged on that nigga.
It was like, they showed it again, and he was just like, ooh. I was like, yeah, he was on.
But hey, look, all I was saying is they were both equally bad in my opinion.
I mean, it was both bad, but I'm like,
Hillbilly Kobe got nuts on his forehead.
That nigga literally had nuts on his forehead, B. I was like, yo, chill.
Like, I much rather would have just got jumped over. Like,
I would have just moved out the way or something, or just damn, like he just stood there and took that shit. I was just like, but he had a good game after that too. I mean, that was like the first play of the game.
Hey, that's some motivation right there.
Like I need my get back.
Yeah, you're like I'm putting 50. Like at that point, I gotta put 30 plus on the nigga's head. Like,
yeah. If it was me, I'd have been on that shit. I'd been like, look, no disrespect, Brian, but
we running everything through me. Pause tonight, or excuse me, no Diddy.
It'd be like, yo, I like, hey, Brian, no offense, but I need 30 tonight. I need 30 tonight. It's like, well, what you mean? What you mean, AR? We can't be doing bro, that nigga put his nuts on my forehead, bro. I need 30. I'm not going out like that.
But honestly, though, I think, like you said, all of these superstar players today, you can easily put them back then. They're going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Now, these role players are the ones that I'm like, some of them might not be able to survive.
I would say the same from back then.
Yeah.
A lot of those role players in the 90s, it's only a few.
Yeah.
There's some 6 men.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know, like a Tony Kukoc. Like, I think he would be fine today. You know, he'd be good. Hell, Steve Kerr.
Oh, yeah.
He would be fine today.
Oh, 100%.
Horace Grant.
Yeah.
He would be fine today. Nick Anderson, he would probably be fine today. Hell, Dennis Scott would be fine today.
But then it's like going back to 6 men in this modern era. Like, somebody thought I was crazy when I said, oh, Lou Will would be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They thought I was crazy. They're like, bro, he's too small. I'm like, bro, he's perfect for that era.
What do you say? Allen Iverson was murdering niggas in the 90s.
They're the same height. That's what's funny.
I was about to say, Lou Williams and Allen Iverson is about the same size.
Hey, Lou Will played with AI.
Yeah, he did.
Jamal Crawford will be fine.
Shit, Lou Will say he the sequel.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he did when he was playing. He said that he was the sequel.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, Jamal Crawford, definitely.
Oh, yeah. I mean... Yeah, but I just hate the fact that when they pull these clips, they're like being very selective, just trying to make that era look bad. That's what I don't like.
I mean, of course, because they're trying to prove a point.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's, you know, like that whole argument though with the, you know, the 90s, 80s thing being done. But it's like, if you look at the 90s, if you look at the way 90s basketball was played and the way basketball is played now, it's not really that much fucking different.
Exactly. It's less physical.
Like 80s basketball was very different. It's like this. If you compare, like right now, these cats are saying they're done with the 80s, right? The 80s, 90s. Nigga, we in the 2020s. How many years ago was that? That's like, what, 40 years now?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to skip that many years, compare the 80s to the 40s when basketball first started.
Oh,
do the players of the 40s and the 50s play like the players in the 80s and the 90s?
No.
Fuck no. Not even close.
Hey, at the time, it was literally just stingy.
Yeah.
Like, none of that.
There
It
was
was
nothing.
strictly
It was
just
one hand
like,
dribble.
bro.
Now,
Like,
if you look at that big of a difference in how it was then versus then, you doing 40s, 50s, and 80s, 90s. Then you look at 80s, 90s, and you look at now, the game, especially in the 90s, does not look that much different than now. In the 90s, you had guys that were doing all of the same shit that they're doing now. Unpopular opinion. Layup wise, Michael Jordan started the jelly.
I would not argue that, actually.
If you watch Michael Jordan's highlights in the 80s, the layups
He was
that he
switching
was doing,
so much,
he's switching hands and doing the whole coming up where he bring the ball all the way from here up around and up. Like Michael Jordan started the gym.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
His layup package is probably better than most people you would say today.
The only one I would say that is over him is Kyrie. That's the only one.
I don't know, man. I don't know if Kyrie is over Mike. Kyrie is definitely up there, but I don't know if he's over Mike though. Because Mike was bigger, could palm the ball, and he was more athletic.
That is fair.
So it's different. But Kyrie is definitely one of those like guys that I used to say he had the best below the rim finishing package. And this was years ago. I said that about Kyrie. I was like, he's got the best below the rim finishing package in the league. This is like when he was in Cleveland before LeBron even came back. I was like, yeah, his layup package is nuts. But now this nigga catching lobs all of a sudden. I'm like, is he on the juice now too? Like, what we talking about?
Crazy, right?
But I mean, when you watch his highlights of high school and stuff, he used to dunk a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's always been able to. He just chooses to not do it.
So you want to get into this top 10 and then we can go home? Well, I mean, I can go home.
Yeah, I'm about to say, nigga, I'm home. What we talking about?
Like, as soon as I said that, I was like, what am I talking about?
Like, yeah, nigga, I live here.
Well, I mean, you gotta walk like a foot to the door. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, all right. So, did you make a list?
You said about anything, right?
Yes. So I'm asking, did you make a list?
No. I was like, we can just freestyle that if it's about anything.
Oh, I actually made a list.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. All right. So who's going first?
You can go first. You the guest.
All right. So we'll do it like this. I'll run through my 10 and then you run through your 10.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough. Oh, I'm just letting y'all know now. Some of y'all are good. I don't care. I'm just letting you know. You can ask me if I care. I don't care.
Oh, Lord.
So, I'm going to throw one honorable mention. It does not matter who the president is. We're screwed either way.
President ain't nobody.
Well, as minorities, we're screwed either way.
Yeah, fair enough.
And keep in mind, I only say this because, like I said, I don't vote. I don't ever plan to vote because I don't see a purpose to it because half these rules in America were not made for us.
No.
And that's where I'll leave that off. You can debate with your barber, debate with yourself in the mirror. I do not care. It's just how I feel. So, number 10. Basketball now is more skill-based versus any other era. And I only say that in terms of nowadays, every player almost has to know how to do everything.
That's not really a hot take, though.
To some, it is.
I mean, I would say...
I'll put it to you this way.
It's not
the folks older than you, it's a hot take.
And here's why they would say that it's a hot take.
Why is that?
Because coming up, learning how to play basketball in the early 90s, we were taught more fundamentals than they teach now.
Oh, 100%.
So that whole play the right way shit, like that's the way we were taught how to play.
But also, too, I'd say
Now it's
Austin
just,
Rivers had a valid point. Like now, all these trainers want to show you is how to get in your bag. Half these kids don't even have a bag.
but that's what they do. They build
Exactly.
that. So it's like you look at the, nowadays, growing up for me, especially the way that you worked on your game was you played up. You played with older people that were better than you, and that was how you got better.
Exactly.
Now it's like kids don't do that anymore.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
they just hire a personal trainer that shows them the same 5 moves that every fucking body else knows how to do, which is how to do a step back jumper and how to do a certain crossover dribble and basically how to play like James Harden.
Yeah.
They teach all of the kids how to play like him. Because he's got good passing, he's got good shooting.
Or Paul George too.
He dribbles the ball a lot.
Yeah.
When I was coming up, they teach you how to score in, the smallest amount. Like for us, if we were playing in gym, playing ones or whatever, right? If you could not score in 3 dribbles, then you were trash. Like if you couldn't get off a shot in 3 dribbles, then you were ass. Like you would get clowned for that.
Interesting.
Like that was how they taught you how to play. It was like you weren't going around here dribbling the fucking air out of the ball trying to get a shot, and you didn't have to do like 8 moves to get around one dude.
I feel you on that.
It was like you had 1 to 2 moves.
We'll take 2K, the video game, for example. I tell people all the time, you know why people hate playing against each other on that game or just playing that game online? Because basketball IQ does not exist on that game. No. Like you just said, it takes niggas like 5+ moves just to get a shot off. That is 100% factual on there. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That's how it is in the NBA now.
Oh yeah, I feel you 100%.
And it's like that yeah, skill based is okay, you know how to do these things, but it's if you can't okay, hot take for you. You say that skill based. Kawhi Leonard is skill based.
Yep.
How many fucking dribble moves does Kawhi usually use to get a shot off? No more than what, like 3?
Exactly.
That is how we were taught how to play.
Exactly.
Now
and I tell people now when he's on the court, that's arguably one of the best, like top 3 to 5 best players in the league. When he's on the court,
when he's healthy, it's like
because everything looks so effortless.
He plays fundamental basketball.
Exactly, and he plays to his own pace.
Exactly.
So, moving on. Number 9, being outside is overrated.
I mean, I guess so. It depends on where you go.
Well, I say this. I only say it's overrated to be talking about, oh, I'm outside every week. And
that's just like how we always talk about it. It's just like you got these guys out here that want to be that nigga. And it's just like, bro, like, nobody cares except you.
Exactly. Like, sorry to break the news.
It's just like no one
cares. It's like these I'm him niggas.
Yeah, that's the same thing. It's just like, oh, he's that nigga. Like, no one cares, bro. Like, you can be that nigga by yourself.
Exactly. Like, I'm trying to better myself, buddy. Me being outside every week and ain't doing that. I'm sorry.
I mean, coming from somebody who goes outside fairly regularly, I guess. I mean, I just do it because, I go to hang with my boys. My boys are like, yo, we going out. And it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, all right. Well, you ain't got nothing else to do? Yeah, I'll definitely come
I'll
out.
swing. They hit me up at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. Hey, man, we going over to here. Like, you down? All right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
I don't be bragging about it. Or
exactly. Like, that's the part
media.
that I get tired of. I'm like, bro, nobody cares.
It's just like, I do a whole lot of shit, but I don't be putting it out there that I do it.
Moving on, number 8. Respect all builds had a heavy hand in ruining today's car culture. Now, let me explain that just a little bit. I was having this conversation with a kid at work, and, he agreed with this take, but I told him, now here's a bit of a rebuttal. When I say respect all builds, my version of it is, hey, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. But if you ask me, do I like something, and I tell you no, I can have that opinion, bro.
I mean, that's you can have that opinion with anything.
Exactly.
If you don't like it, you don't like it. That don't mean that you
Exactly.
hating.
Exactly. But I get
It's like,
tired. But I
why is
get
it
tired
always
of
hating?
these whole like, oh, I have coilovers and wheels. That's a build. No, it's not. That's a start of a build. I'll give you that.
It's only a build if you own a Tesla.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Then it's a build.
Fair enough.
Because I mean that's all you can do to it.
Exactly.
So that's a
Hey,
build.
look, man, you can put some arrow or wrap it.
I mean, yeah.
Hey,
They
look.
make it. I
Nah,
ain't
but I
seen an
mean,
arrow
yeah. So
kit from no
I think we're
Tesla.
both pretty much in agreement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 7. See, this is where it's really about. You should feel bad learning how, not even just African Americans, but minorities as a whole have been treated throughout history.
You said you should feel bad.
Yes, everybody should feel bad. And let me explain. When you watch these documentaries about slavery, the Holocaust, how the natives are done,
Mhm.
if you don't sit there and feel bad just having to learn all that, something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
Because your first thought should be, I don't ever want to see this happen to anybody. How do we make sure we avoid this?
Oh, for sure.
So when they're talking about critical race theory and all that in
It's like if you
schools,
ain't got if you don't feel bad after seeing that shit, you got no conscience.
exactly. But how they're talking about, critical race theory in schools, or why do we got to make the white kids feel bad in schools? But I'm like, you guys have been doing that to minority kids years and years.
What do you mean make the white kids feel bad?
Because some people claim that teaching them about that makes them feel guilty about what happened way back when. But I'm like, bro.
Oh no, no.
Exactly.
No,
I've always
no.
thought it's the craziest thing, but I've always said, but it's hypocritical for y'all to say that. But at one point, you were teaching kids that people of my skin tone were ugly. That's craziness.
Coming from a kid that grew up in the 90s and had all of that, they actually talked about that at school.
Oh yeah.
The white kids did not fucking feel bad. They didn't give a fuck. They're just like, oh yeah, it was back then. No one cares about that now. They didn't care.
Oh yeah.
There was no white kid that when we're talking about slavery, that they would look at the nigga sitting next to him and be like, yo, I'm sorry, bro. Like, that's fucked up.
I actually got that a few times when I was in school. I'm like, bro.
Like, no one gave a fuck about what they were teaching in school. Like, they didn't care about none of that.
I got that a few times when I was in school. I'm like, why are you apologizing to me for, bro? To be fair, I'm like, you were doing it, and I was there.
Right, exactly. It's just like.
But also, I do say, I get just so tired of this whole, like, oh, we need to teach history correctly. But then when it's something that's super messed up,
they don't want to do it.
Exactly. Like, for one, it's crazy to me that most people don't know about the Tulsa massacre.
Oh yeah, that's surprising.
Like, that's crazy to me.
I thought they would want to talk about that.
Exactly. Because how they talk about, oh, black folks can't band together. No, it's been done. Just the problem is certain demographics didn't like it, so they destroyed it. Let's be real for a second.
I mean, there was they didn't like the black folks in Tulsa because they were modeled after themselves.
Exactly.
The people in Tulsa, for those of y'all that don't know, Tulsa was a very
it was a thriving black community,
rich community, and it was all black people. And I'm talking like everything that they did was basically just like the white folks. They had money, they ran businesses, they even had slaves, which were also black.
See, that one, I'm still doing research on that.
You didn't know that?
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, they did.
Hey, look.
They did.
We're going to have to discuss this one because I don't think that's true. I've never found anything about that when I do my research.
Yes, black people had slaves.
Hey.
You never heard of black slavers? That was a real thing.
No, I've heard of it. I just never heard of it in Tulsa.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess
You
I
think
just got to keep doing research.
you think that those rich black folks in Tulsa was tending to their own
Hey,
crops and
again,
washing their own
I
dishes and shit?
I
No, they
don't
had
know.
slaves doing it for them.
Hey, again, I don't know. I'm still doing research.
I was like, well, no, they actually taught us about that in school, though. Like we learned about that in school in my era, because like that in my era, you know, we weren't as soft as people today.
You're
So
not
it's
wrong.
like they would talk to us about the fucked up shit at school. Like oh no, y'all gonna do a paper on this, and it's like we doing the research ourselves, and we're just like, God damn, they want us to write a paper about this? Like fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we had to. They would tell us some things about it, but doing the research for the papers, we would find out more about it ourselves.
Nah, I feel you. Moving on though. Number 6. Anime is better than a lot of these TV shows.
I mean, I don't watch TV.
Yeah. So
I mean, I do, but not that much. I don't know what new TV shows
you're
talking about.
Let me put it to you like this. There's actually been studies that have been proven that most that watch animes actually have higher IQs than people that watch like regular TV shows, because it takes a lot more to understand these like intricate stories within these animes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kind of found that to be a little true, because I say all the time, you can take your Game of Thrones, you can take your Power, you can take your what's a popular show that people are watching, you know, BMF, etc., etc., etc. I'll put Attack on Titan against all of them, and I think Attack on Titan has a way better story, because I tell people all the time that is one of the few animes every second in that show matters somehow, some way, and you have to pay attention.
I need to watch that. Like I haven't watched it. I've seen a couple of episodes, but I'm like, I need to sit down and like actually watch it.
Yeah, plus also, I mean, it's just you're getting so many great storylines that it's like you never know what's going to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I think it's better than most of these TV shows, because some of these TV shows get to a point I'm like, I can almost predict the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I say that. But again,
that is true.
To each their own.
Most of it is very predictable.
Yeah, that's why I say to each their own. Number 5. Yeah, this is gonna be the one. If it wasn't for Kanye, Taylor Swift would not have her stardom that she has right now.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think she was gonna be popular no matter what.
I only say
she's her songs resonate with too many women for her to not be popular.
I only say
she was gonna be popular.
I don't think she would be at this star power right now unless Kanye basically became the villain that she had to overcome.
Her villain wasn't him.
I think it was, bro. Okay.
Her villain was that shit that happened with her with the record label. Remember where she had to like basically redo like a whole bunch of shit because they were trying to like take her music from her or something like that. Like it was some wild shit.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I think that also helped too.
That was, if anything made her popular, I think it was that.
But you got to think though, who do most of her fans obsess over? Like in terms of people she like does not mess with. Kanye.
That's because it's Kanye.
Bro. Exactly.
Kanye just.
But also too, there's times
he's just a super villain right now.
But also too, there's times I don't think that beef is real. It's like not. On their end,
he even said that it wasn't. He was just like, me and her cool.
Yeah,
he was like we don't have
because they were talking about Taylor had him removed from his seats in the Super Bowl, and then literally he came out and a whole bunch of other people came out and said that was not even true. Right. But I don't know. But also too, I say this all the time. I will never discredit Taylor Swift from getting that bag. I will never discredit that. Get that bag. I'm all for it. But if we're talking just talent wise, I don't see it. I don't.
Again, I never said it was the
No,
talent.
I get you.
I said that her shit
It
just
resonates with a certain
like,
demographic, and that's perfectly fine.
They're always gonna. That was always gonna happen.
But it's like when you start having these discussions talking about like, oh, she might surpass Michael Jackson. No,
stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it.
For one, Taylor Swift can't dance. We've all seen this. Heck, vocally, there's people I will put over her.
Hell, you could throw a rock and hit like 5 like R&B singers that would outsing her.
Truth be told, Hayley Williams vocally is miles ahead of her.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Exactly. So I'm like, but again, I'm never gonna discredit getting that bag. Like, hey, she might get that Adidas deal, bro. Go get that bag. Now Adidas might be dead for niggas. Yeah. I mean, we still got Ant-Man.
I mean, honestly, Adidas, they collabs is just not doing it, bro.
Yeah. I will say the
Beyonce thing didn't do nothing. What is it? This did other dude, homie with Fear of God, that ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, like literally, Ant-Man is the only thing keeping them alive, I think.
Them and James Harden. No, they got athletes.
Yeah,
they
but
James
Harden. I think that AE1 is like the shoe right now.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, they got Ant. They still got James.
Mm-hmm.
They still got
Trae Young.
Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
You know,
they got the athletes, but it's just not all the shoes are like holding up.
I mean, I hear they're good for hooping.
Oh yeah. But I mean, in terms of look wise, like
I'm not a fan.
Exactly. But that AE1 is really just a modern day foam.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, to each your own. Number 4. When it comes to elitism, the black community is the worst.
You know, yeah. Like the elitist black people that I know are they are the worst.
It's crazy to me too.
Because they're like assholes to their own people.
Well, not even just that though.
It's just like, damn,
like,
bro.
I look at it like this. How are you going to be an elitist towards your own people and yet sit here and complain when white folks are elitist towards you? You're doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, but to your own people.
Exactly. And on top of that,
that's
bro,
wild.
Like black elitists are basically pandering to white folks, in my opinion. I think it's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's pandering to white folks. I'm sorry.
So basically, what you telling me is that you think that elitist black people are Samuel L. Jackson's character in Django.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. Yeah. Or Uncle Ruckus. Yes. 100%. Hey, look, I could already hear it now. Well. Look at what we have here. We got a nigga eating some fried chicken and watermelon. Boy, oh boy, I've seen it. Bro, like it kills me when I talk with these elitist black folks because it's like, look, bro, cool, you got your college education, you claim to be educated. I still be looking at y'all ask some of the dumbest questions I've ever heard in my life. Half of y'all can't do anything other than something that you read out of a book. Like, let's just be honest for a second.
Yeah, I mean,
hey, some of y'all try to start businesses and y'all crack the second the first bit of pressure comes.
Yeah.
So how are you going to be an elitist?
That's people in general, though.
Hey, look, to any of y'all out there, I got time. We can go anytime. Let's get it. Hey, most of the black elitists out here live in Gilbert with their white wife. Let's just be honest for a second.
Ooh.
Hey,
Shots fired.
hey, look. The clip, hey, I can unload the clip. Hey, I can do a whole episode about this. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, that would be.
Hey, I got time. Let's go. Hey, look, and I know some of y'all gonna be pissing me trying to start something. Look, to be honest, your opinion does not matter to me. Heck, my opinion shouldn't matter to you since you're an elitist. But yeah, some of y'all are gonna feel some type of way. So all that shows me is you're a fake elitist at that point.
No, they just, elitists are borderline narcissists. They don't like being called out.
Oh yeah, and they're BANs too.
Oh, bitch ass niggas for those that don't know.
Thank you. Yeah, so like I said, I got time. This is the one time, yeah, I want you to come at me.
Oh man.
Just remember, either A, don't let me see your profile. You better be on private. That's all I'm saying. Number 3. Nostalgia is a problem for older folks and causes them to not be accepting to change.
It's not true.
Like I said, it's a hot take.
That's not true. No, I mean it depends. It depends on the person.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean
that's more person based.
Yeah, some of it. Some people can get a little ridiculous.
Like me and my mom were talking about Shannon Sharp. How
oh god,
folks like to call him gay because he wears a sling bag.
I don't think he gay.
Exactly. I'm like, for one, like if you said he's a little flamboyant,
a sling bag, like talking about like the bags that look like they look like fucking
like a crossbody
like
bag,
fanny packs,
yeah.
but you wear it this
way.
way.
Like a crossbody bag.
Nigga, everybody does that.
Exactly. I'm like, how are you gonna call that gay? Because it's making it more convenient to carry stuff. That's crazy.
I'm like, I see people.
That's being efficient.
I see people walking around out here with that shit on.
But also too, like talk about how he dresses and all that. I'm like, bro, to be fair, like again, that goes into the whole nostalgia thing. Like how we just talked about fashion. I get it. When you grew up wearing something a certain way, that's all you know. But if you're not accepting to, hey, things change over time. Like, hey, you're a clear example of you kind of gone with the times when it comes to your dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't get how we're going to call this man gay because he dresses a certain way.
I can't wear I don't think I could wear what I wore in high school now.
You'd feel a little out of place.
Yeah, that would be too much.
Yeah.
It would be too much.
Nah, that's all. I just look at it like it's crazy. But, I mean, there's a bunch of other things too. But at the end of the day, I think it's more so like, I get it if you don't like something, but accepting the fact that, over time things change. Yeah, you have to do it.
Yeah.
You don't gotta like it. I'm not saying that. But you gotta be accepting to, look, it's here.
Yeah. I mean, I went through that phase, know, when niggas started wearing jeggings. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? No, this is not acceptable. I mean, I gotta wear them, but I ain't like that shit. I thought that shit was gay. You know what jeggings are, right? I'm like, well, no man should be wearing those. For those of y'all that don't know what jeggings are, they're literally like spandex leggings that look like jeans.
That's crazy.
There were men wearing those. That is not acceptable. Now, if I see a woman wearing it, that's different. But no, a grown man should not be wearing spandex. I'm sorry. Like, just buy some skinny jeans, bro.
I just had another thought going back to my black elitism thing. Keep in mind, if you as a black man or a black woman want to marry a white man or a white female. I'm fine with that.
No,
I'm cool.
don't go back on
No,
it
no,
now,
no, no,
nigga.
no. But here's my problem, though. It's when you start trashing your own people. That's where I have my problem.
I mean, like that group that me and Lyndon are in, like if you say anything about a black dude like marrying or being with a white woman, they come at your head in there.
Oh.
And the funny part about it is that there's a handful of them in there that are married to a white woman.
You're crazy, right?
And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
hypocritical.
Yo, well, they ain't the ones talking it. It's the other ones.
Yeah.
And I'm just
but they be like, oh, y'all are cool. But these other ones out here.
Yeah. I'm just like, come on, dog. Like,
I just don't like the whole.
Bro.
I just don't like the whole like trashing your own kind, because it's like, you feel some type of way about something. Because I'm a firm believer in you got to call a spade a spade. Like, I trash everybody pretty fairly.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Yeah,
it's like I'll clown on you about whatever. It don't matter what your race is. If you got something and you leave it out there, I'ma take it.
Exactly. Yeah, but I just thought about that point right now. I mean, I told you, man, when I was making this list, that one I really wanted to make my number one, because, bro,
I mean, we ain't got nothing against y'all black elitists, bro. Like, we really don't. I mean,
I think some of y'all are quite annoying.
Farrakhan
is somewhat of the black elitist.
He's a black elitist,
but at the same time, his is more geared towards, he just wants.
Well, we won't say Farrakhan's not a black elitist. He's just pro-black.
Yeah.
It's different.
My bad. Pro-black light.
Yeah, pro-black light.
Yeah.
But
which even I am to a certain degree too, but it's more geared towards, look, I just want us to be better, bro.
I mean, it's different things, but I mean, you see how Farrakhan is with white people. Like, he has like this weird, like, if you put him in a group with a bunch of white people, like, he wouldn't know what the fuck to do with himself. Like, we give him shit about it all the time, and he swears that he doesn't have a vendetta against white people. But I'm like, bro, you do. You low key got a vendetta against white people, man. It's just like, as soon as we bring up anything white, it's like you see his whole attitude change. It's just like, yo. I think it's fucking hilarious. Well, it's like he doesn't notice it, but we do.
Well, even then, though, like, I've been called out before. Like, people try to tell me I'm uncomfortable around like groups of black folks, but it's like, no, I'm not. It's just like, I didn't grow up around a lot of black folks. I grew up around predominantly Hispanics.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not the fact that like I'm weird around groups of black folks. It's just the fact it takes a little bit of adapting to it.
I mean, well, see, that's the other thing about black people that used to make me laugh, but at the same time, it used to make me think, like, what the fuck? Is like, black women, when a dude tries to talk to y'all and y'all tell him that, like, he ain't black enough.
Oh my God.
Or he ain't got no black swag about him or something. Like, that kind of shit right there is just like, goofy. What are y'all talking about?
It's the goofiest thing.
It's just like, damn, like, I don't get it.
I've been told that before, and I'm like, but to be fair, like, explain that. And they have no clue how to explain it.
It's like, because they expect you to be a certain way, and if you ain't that way, then, you ain't black enough. And it's like, come on.
Yeah, I remember watching an interview that rapper dude, Nardo Wick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some chick asked him, like, so do you drink? Nah. Well, do you do drugs? Nah. So you just a lame nigga? Like, well, no. But I'm like, so you gotta drink or do drugs to not be lame now? Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, shit, like my boy Dorian that I chill with, that nigga don't drink or smoke or do none of that. And I mean, he cool.
Exactly.
It's like, you ain't got, I mean, straight edge, you can be straight edge and be cool. Like, you ain't, just because you straight edge don't mean that you corny.
Exactly.
Like, that's a misconception.
Or it's like, I'd say, like, take Russell Wilson, for example. a lot of folks will sit there and say that, he's corny. And to some degree, I do agree with that statement, but it's more so I only
I
say
mean,
I think he's a little corny because I think like he's putting on a facade half the time. Like to try and fit in with a standard that people think he should have.
but I mean, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like that's more so what I mean. Other than that, like him being a nice guy and all that, hey, cool with me. You should be a nice guy.
Yeah, but being a nice guy isn't cool.
Which is crazy to me, but yeah.
That's
we're gonna save that discussion.
That's one of my hot takes.
Yeah, all right. Let me finish on mine. Number 2, rap/hip hop in the 2010s, skill wise, is better than the 90s.
No, absolutely not. You said in the 2010s?
Yes.
Absolutely not. Hell no.
Why not?
Because there is only like a handful of true lyricists
Actually,
that debuted in the 2010s. Not niggas that came out in like 08, 09, 2007, but then they started getting big in the 2010s. No. So that means Kendrick is out of that. J. Cole is out of that.
In your opinion, not in mine.
How?
Because
them niggas was making music before the 2010s.
But how I classify it is, when did you really get your stardom? And that's where I say it's different for everybody.
I think Kendrick's stardom was before. Because he got his stardom, what was it, like Section 80? Or Overly Dedicated?
I was about to say, you could argue Overly Dedicated.
And those came out before 2010 because Good Kid, Mad City came out in 2012. And they were like way before that.
I think Overly Dedicated came out in 2010.
I know one of them came out before that.
Hang on. Let's see.
It might have been a different one, but I know he had stuff before that.
Hang on. Let's find out real quick. Because, again, it's different for everybody. Yep, Overly Dedicated came out in 2010.
Because he had because he was on like, what was that, Games album? And that was before.
Yeah, but again, this is where I say it's kind of a debate. Like, how do you classify the 2010s? I think it's, when did you get your stardom?
I mean, J. Cole, he had was it the warm up and all of that? That came out before 2010.
But again,
because his debut album
that's where
2010.
That's where I say it's a different opinion for everybody. Me, I classify them in the 2010s because that's when they really got their stardom. Drake is kind of the one that he was big before 2010, before all those guys. So it's hard, where do you classify him?
Yeah, because Drake, So Far Gone came out in 08?
Yeah, so
no, 09.
But even then, he was big in Degrassi. So
he was different. He was an actor before, so
exactly.
But as far as like his music though, like
let me ask you this though: give me 5 out of the 90s that you could put up, that like true MCs out of the 90s that you put up against any era.
That's easy. Fucking Nas, Jay, Pac, Big, and shit. Probably what you could do, like Big L. You could do you could probably put LL Cool J against most of these cats, and he would probably do fine against most of them.
Oh yeah, but also I think you get wiped by a couple.
Yeah, but
because hey, you know what? I'm gonna make this even tougher on myself. I'm not even gonna put what they'll say is the big 3.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you know what? Technically, big 4, because that big 4 right now is Kendrick, Cole, Drake, and Big Crit in my eyes. That's why I'm like, people need to stop discrediting Big Crit for one.
Yeah, Big Crit.
Cut it out.
It's like a lot of people don't him and Killer Mike. They don't get him enough.
But also too, Killer Mike was 90s, so early 2000s.
Yeah, he was part of that.
The South boom.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick 5, just out of the 2010s, Wale. Give me Wale.
But Wale was He was before 2010.
But he really did not get his start until 2010s, bro. Let's be real. Because when he dropped Attention Deficit, nobody even listened to it till he got signed to MMG. And that is factual.
I mean,
give me Huawei. You know what? Give me Meek. I'll take Meek. Give me Mick Jenkins, because a lot of people don't realize Mick Jenkins has been around arguably since the start of the 2010s.
I've heard of Mick Jenkins.
Exactly. He's just now really getting known.
Yeah, I was about to say he wasn't really big until recently.
Hey, give me Benny the Butcher. Give me Odyssey.
I don't know. I haven't heard enough of his music.
Which is crazy too, because he's a DMV cat.
I mean, I've heard some.
That's what's crazy.
Not a lot of it, though.
Again, that 5v5 right there is already gonna be a tricky one, because it's like you already know what they bring in the 90s group. That 2010s group is honestly.
I mean, hell, you could take fucking basically the Wu-Tang Clan and split them up, and they would probably go head to head.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. But that's why I say it's a hot take. But at the same time, once you really start thinking about it, it's like,
I'm not saying that the 2010s era is trash. I just don't think that the lyricism is better now than it was then.
I think it is, man.
Because there isn't a lot of rappers that have like that Nas type, like storyteller type flow, like that type of stuff is not.
Well,
now.
Here's the thing: they're just not mainstream. That's the problem.
Yeah, maybe
that's really the issue. But that's why I say it is definitely a hot take, but also it's not all the way far out take.
And the only reason that I would say the 2010s is I would say is not as good as the 90s is because half of the 2010s era was trash. That mumble rap bullshit that went on for like 4 years, that was terrible. Yeah. Like the 90s didn't have that. Like the 90s was basically good, like from start all the way through.
I'd argue it had, in a sense, a better version of mumble rap because you had Bone Thugs.
Bone Thugs is not mumble rap.
But you could say...
And they were the only niggas doing that.
But that's why I say, like, that speedy rap, you could say that was basically a better version of mumble rap because most people couldn't understand half of what they were saying because they couldn't keep up.
Well, Bone Thugs was a one-off, though, because they were the only motherfuckers doing it.
Well, not
in Twister. That's it.
No.
Who else was rapping like them?
Busta?
Busta didn't rap like that the whole time.
That's
though.
Fair, but he did do it.
I'm talking about like how Bone did it, where everything was
okay. That's
they
fair.
were the only niggas doing it.
Okay, that's fair because
then in Twister.
Hey, most people don't know Jay-Z was actually doing it.
He was doing it in the 80s.
What was his name?
Jazzo.
Yeah. Most people don't realize that.
Yeah, Jay-Z was doing the fast rap in the 80s. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Before he was famous.
Exactly.
I mean, again, there's cats doing it.
It's pretty fair. It's a agree to disagree take.
But it's like, for me, I look at the Bone Thugs as a one-off.
I feel you.
The staccato with them, the way they were kind of like singing, like the harmony, and they rap fast the whole time. You know, you had like Busta where he would do certain shit fast, and then the regular shit, the most of it would just be normal. You know, Jay-Z had his era where he would kind of flip it a little bit, but he would rap normal. So I mean, they were the only ones that were doing that fast rap all the time shit. Hit them in Twister. That was it.
No, that's fair.
So I mean, the mumble rap era, you had like a whole wave of niggas that was doing that shit. It was like a whole movement.
And definitely, let's be real here. Migos were the only ones that really did it to where it was tolerable. If we're being quite honest.
Them is Future.
I wouldn't really say Future's was mumble rap though. Like it was
it was.
Well, it was a blend more so.
Them niggas stole Future. Future was the prototype because he was first.
That's fair.
And then the Migos came later, and then the whole wave of everybody else.
Fair enough. Well, to wrap my list up with my number one, the Nike Yeezy 2 was impactful, but that is a terrible looking shoe.
Terrible.
I think it looks horrid, but it's impactful.
I mean, I mean, I like that one better than, not all of them. No, I didn't like the platinum colorway, and
That's fair.
The red Octobers were not that crazy to me.
Yeah, like the Red October, I really don't like it, but it's impactful.
Yeah, very impactful.
Yeah,
but I don't care about it.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, you see mine. I got the black.
Exactly.
That's like the only one that I really like.
Yeah.
Same with the Yeezy Nike ones, the Blinks, the black one.
I actually like the one more.
Do you?
Yeah, it just has like a little bit of a cleaner look.
But them shits are so big.
Exactly. That's the only
Those
problem.
motherfuckers is mad bulky.
I know.
That's the only reason I didn't.
But again, it's kind of a to each their own.
But that was supposed to look like
that.
That was.
It's just me. Thing. I've never liked the 2. I've never liked it. I've always said it's impactful. Though.
I just like the black one.
That's fair.
Just why I own it, but that's the only one that's
fair. All right, my boy. So moving on to your list.
Hot takes on. Okay, we'll just like the hot takes. We'll start on some sports shit.
All right. So number 9 or number 10. My bad.
We could say number 9 because I said that one earlier.
Oh yeah, you agree.
Yeah. So like we'll get into that number 9. All right. This whole double champ shit is overrated.
Oh, in the UFC?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like,
it's cool, but I just don't care. I don't care.
I mean, I don't get it. Like, these motherfuckers fight and they win the title, and then as soon as they win
they want
to
go be a double champ
or go down, and it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, defend your fucking belt.
I feel like you should have to at least defend your belt twice or 3 times to go for double champ status.
I think 3 times. If you can defend your belt 3 times, then you can do whatever.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Unless you have like a severe issue making the weight, then defend your fucking belt.
Yeah.
Like because some people might have to go up, if they're like struggling to make weight and then they want to move up, and it's like, all right, like, because you saw Rose Namajunas moved up.
Yeah.
So.
But I think a lot of them in that strawweight division really should move up. Like, there's only a few of them. Like, at least half of them need to move up, I should say.
I thought Joanna Jędrzejczyk would have been good at flyweight, but she was too small.
Yeah.
Because when she fought Valentina, she got manhandled, and it was like, she.
Well, plus also, Valentina has said multiple times that's just her natural weight class.
Yeah, she was small at 35.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
I agree with that too.
Yeah, I think it's overrated.
Yeah. Oh, number 8.
Sticking with UFC, or we'll still say sticking with fighting. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that Tyson Fury is as good as people say he is.
Oh. Bro, keep in mind, I'm not even a big boxing guy, but Francis proved that. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean, Anthony, did you see what Anthony Joshua did to Francis?
Oh, yeah.
Sheesh.
And that kind of showed me right there, like, yeah, well, for one, they kind of screwed over Francis. They should not have given him Joshua, bro.
He asked for it.
He screwed himself then. So I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I fully believe Joshua was actually the better fighter.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep in mind, I'm not even a big boxing guy, but yeah. So we're in agreement there.
Yeah.
No explanation needed. Number 7.
The Saudis are gonna buy everything.
Oh yeah. Bro, it's already happening with F1, bro.
Bro. They're buying everything.
Bro, like, F1 is truly a Saudi sport.
fighting is now too.
Oh yeah,
because they own the PFL, and then the PFL bought Bellator, and I'm just like shit. I'm like, what are they gonna buy up next? Like, what's the next one?
Dana gonna be holding on to UFC for dear life, dog.
Nah, Dana don't own it no more.
Oh yeah, that is right.
Yeah, they sold it to that WME something.
TKO.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like
they gonna be holding on for dear life.
Yeah, they got to. And then we're gonna go into some car shit now.
All right, so number 6.
The R34 is overrated. Now I know all of y'all car niggas out there is gonna fucking kill me but I'm just saying, when I say overrated, I mean, why in the actual fuck am I gonna pay $200,000 for a car that runs like high 12s? When
here's my rebuttal to that.
I can go buy a fucking 911 turbo that runs.
Here's my rebuttal.
High 9s
to that statement.
Price.
To that statement, I really hate when you use like drag racing for some of these cars, because I'm like, bro.
Well, the reason that I use drag racing is because that's the most easily identifiable speed comparison to the masses. We think about it different. That's us. The masses look at quarter mile times.
All right, but I'm like, some of these cars weren't made to be straight line fast.
But but that's how they judge.
No, I get you. I get you. I just hate it so much. Like, that would be one of my car hot takes as well.
If you're looking at it from that perspective, it's like $200,000 for a car that's almost 30 years old, or I can just go buy this 911 turbo.
And also, it's crazy too. Like, most people don't realize, like, the R34 is super heavy and it's slow around the track.
It's actually not that heavy.
Well, compared to most cars, though.
No.
Come on.
It really isn't that heavy.
No, I know it's not as heavy as most things, but
like a Mark IV Supra is heavier.
Oh yeah, 34. And that's another car that I think is overrated. Like, you really just care about the engine, bro. Like, let's just be honest. Nah.
You had to be there, bro.
Nah,
you had to be there.
You ain't gonna convince me on that one. I'm sorry, bro. I don't care about you had to be there.
I remember going to Toyota dealerships with my grandpa.
Oh yeah, you told me the story.
And seeing those cars on the dealership in 1993, 4, 5. He bought his in 95.
Yeah.
And it was like in 95, but I saw them before too, because we would go before then. And I mean, those cars didn't look like anything else out there when they came out. I mean, it looked exotic for its day. So it's like, that's why I say the impact of it wasn't so, because people weren't doing nothing crazy with them like that back then. But it was just the fact that the way that it looked with, that body looks good now. A Mark IV Supra looks good now. You're tripping. I think a Mark IV Supra looks better than half the shit out there today.
That's fair.
Boy. I mean, what looks better than?
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I think
still ain't an RX-7 FD though.
Nah, I don't think anything is gonna be like that.
The most timeless vehicle ever made.
Yeah, FD is, and that was leading into the next one. It is like
number 5.
The 90s golden era of Japanese cars is the best era.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Japanese.
Hey, you could actually argue the 90s Euro is better, is just as good too.
The Euro?
You think European? So? You could argue it. You could.
I mean, they got a handful. I mean, Porsche is always Porsche.
Exactly. Porsche honestly has not changed very much. It's been modernized.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. So
same with but you could say the same thing BMW, for BMW as well.
Oh yeah. So that's what I say. That's not even a hot take. That's almost factual. So
a lot of people don't think so.
To be fair, the only dudes that don't think so are the guys that wear the. No,
a lot of people think that the 2000s is better. The 2000s era is better. And I'm just like, how?
No, nobody cares what they had. The things they probably just got in cars like a few years ago.
Oh, even like cats my age think so.
Well, they're delusional.
Because they're just like, oh, you got like the S2000, the 350Z,
The
and all of those
S2000
things.
came out in the 90s, if you really want to be technical.
It came out in 2000. That's the first year.
Not in Japan.
Oh, no. Japan, I think it was, what, 99?
98, I think, actually.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it was 99.
I'm pretty sure it was 98. It could be 99, but I feel like it was the end of 98.
Because I know here it came out in 2000.
Yeah, because that's what a lot of people get confused. Like, the S2000 has actually been out a little longer than most think.
Yeah, 2000 to 2000, what, 10?
Yeah, in the States.
2010?
In the States, but if you go back to Japan, like it was out in the 90s, like the late 90s.
I mean, well, everything is out more there.
Exactly.
Just like they made the Mark.
No, but I mean, overall,
like 2002.
Yeah, overall though, that's a fair take.
They think that the 2000s is better, but I'm like, nah, the 90s golden era to me is. I like when I say the best, I'm saying that those cars can stack up to shit now.
Exactly.
I mean, if you look at that era of cars, like there was so many good cars back then, and it's like now you got a handful that are all from one place.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like GM basically makes everything.
Yeah. So number 5.
That was number 5. Number 4.
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, this is gonna bash Japanese, and I'm gonna go. Japanese auto car makers are lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, because they do use the if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I'm like, yo, why in the fuck is the Supra a BMW? That's like y'all's fucking crown jewel, and then it's a fucking BMW. It's not even a Toyota.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, Nissan almost did it. They were gonna use a Mercedes chassis.
I remember that. Yeah.
To make the Z,
and
then they were like, "Nah, we'll just rework the 370."
Also, too, Nissan is still trying to catch back up,
bro. Nissan is the epitome of the laziness. Their fucking Z car is basically a 370 with a new body on it. The GTR has been the same for 100 years. I mean,
as I say, they use the if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, it's a difference between the if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and literally not even doing anything.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even the Altimas and like the Sentras and the Maximas, those have changed over the years.
Yeah.
The GTR has been the same since like 2008.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro, like you put different bumpers and a little ground effects kit on it, but it's basically the same goddamn car.
Nah, I feel you.
It's like, dude, it's time.
Yeah.
Did you see the new one?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that another time.
Yeah. Lazy.
So number 3.
Now we'll get into fashion now.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
It's like, my hot take is, if you're gonna wear something, don't wear shit that's expensive to places that you shouldn't wear it to.
Yeah.
Just to show out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. Like that like when we went out to Bodega Friday night. So we're in there. We went to Fat Tuesday first. So we're in Fat Tuesday. You're in a club, right? The floor is sticky. Niggas spilling shit all over the place. This dude comes in there, and he has on a pair of, what are those what are they? The canaries? The like low tops of these, but they're yellow. I'm like, why the fuck would you wear those here?
Well, they might have been reps. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that either. I'm just saying they might have been reps.
It's a possibility, but they didn't. I got a up close on them hoes, and them they look legit. shit.
Yo, you're like, my nigga.
Yeah, I was like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, nah, I feel you.
But like, if you gonna wear something nice, like something like that, don't fucking wear it to the club.
Bro, like I'll be
don't do
telling
that.
people, I don't go out because I have a lot of nice shoes, and I'm gonna be mad if somebody steps on it
Yes.
or spills something on them.
I'm like, I do.
Like when I see people wear Travis Scott ones in the club, I'm like,
I see it all the
oh
fucking
my
time.
god.
I'm not gonna lie, I would wear my Travis Scott one to the club.
I couldn't do it. Second, if somebody gets too close.
I would wear my fragments because they're leather.
That's fair.
But any of my ones with suede on them, absolutely not.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Number 2.
this is for the women.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh God.
I know it's about to get some flack.
Oh God.
Y'all need to chill with the double standard shit.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Stop going around bitching and complaining about wanting a good man, and then when you get one, you fucking treat him like a second-class citizen, and then get mad when he leaves. Like, don't do that. Don't act like there is no such thing as a good man when you have one and you choose not to acknowledge the fact that he is a good man.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to talk shit because you can.
No, 100%.
Like that to me is the most ridiculous shit ever. And then it's like you get you a man that's good to you, and then you cheat on him, and then you get mad when he says something about it. I don't understand, like, I don't understand the double standards. Like, why is it okay for women to treat men like that?
You know,
and it's fine. But when we treat a woman like that, we're pieces of shit.
I can answer that question for you. It's because they let the moon and the stars tell them how to feel that day. Yeah.
I just don't understand. I don't understand, like, why that is so prevalent.
No, actually, I'm gonna add a quick hot take. It's not even a hot take. It's just factual. Zodiac signs aren't a real thing. I'm just gonna be honest.
What do you mean? Yeah, they are.
In terms of you let the moon and the stars decide how you want to act and feel that day.
I'm just talking about the zodiac sign in general.
That I get that, but in terms of like how you act and feel that day because of your zodiac sign, no, that's not real.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
That's not real.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Anyways, my bad. Carry on.
But yeah, I think that's like a hot take that I know a lot of women. This is a part of that too. Women. Oh, we can make this at number 1. Women cannot handle the truth. From other women or from men.
I'm not even gonna say it's just women. There's some of these dudes out here.
Oh no, men do too. But this is how this came up. So we're out Friday night. Women, when y'all go out to the club, if your fucking homegirl goes out of the house looking like a stuffed tamale, you need to tell her. Don't let your friends go out looking like that.
Oh,
that shit is fucked up. That is foul.
Well, you know why they're doing it though.
Because if they tell their girlfriend that she looks fat in that outfit, then she's gonna fucking have.
No, it's not even just that. All friend groups gotta have the duff.
Nah, bro. It's not even about that. It's like, you come on, man. It's like there'll be a whole group of duffs, and they still be. Some of them will be dressed the way they supposed to be, but they got that one friend that's like, girl, like, what are you doing? You know damn well you don't need to be wearing that in public, but we ain't gonna say nothing to you. We gonna let you go out looking like that. Don't do that. Tell your friends when they fucking up.
Oh Lord.
You need to tell them the truth.
Yo.
It's like, but I know women, y'all are sensitive, and if you tell your homegirl that she looks like a fucking bison in a dress, she's not gonna be too happy. I understand that. I get it. But at the same time, just be tactful about it. But she needs to know. It's like you can't. You just can't. And I'm like, and I say that because as men, we're not afraid to tell our boys the truth. If one of our homeboys is coming out and he got on some shit that don't look good, we gonna be like, yo,
instead of bison,
a bison, bro, full blown.
Oh,
you think it's a game like that? It be like that out there. I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, get out, like, you know, damn well.
Oh, you know, and on that note, take us out, dog. Oh my God.
Well, yeah. Appreciate y'all listening to us, like, really talk shit about some shit today. Because I mean, I know that's gonna get a lot of people hot.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. We'll see y'all next week.
This nigga said it got your whole girl looking like a bison in a dress.
Yes,
my nigga.
man.